Yay! I'm Gamer Becka.
I'm Gamer Lynn.
And we are 10 times 10. And we are here to bring you a review of a game that's not really released yet.
Yeah, so we're not really reviewing. We're previewing.
Yes, preview.
Previewing.
That's the word.
Review.
Yeah.
A future review. I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
Is it?
Dead Alive Games has given us the opportunity to preview a coming game to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's called Lunar Rush.
Yes.
Now.
Thanks to Hungry Gamer.
Yes, thank you. Shout out to Hungry Gamer. He made that connect for us.
He hooked us up, yo.
If you haven't seen the video, we did a video with Hungry Gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Go support his channel.
Yes.
Go check that video out.
Boop, boop.
Tell him that we sent you. But either way,
yes.
Back to the Lunar Rush.
Yes.
So, what is Lunar Rush, you might be asking yourself? Well, I'm here to tell you that this is a 1 to 4 player game in which you're basically rushing to gain money or points necessarily due to you rushing to the moon to gain its resources to bring it back to Earth to sell, because you're a conglomerate or a company of some sort, essentially. And basically the person with the most money or most points wins. So what happens in the game of Lunar Rush? So basically you are 1 of 4 players. Again, being 1 player, you can play against an AI system in which they have built into the game. Picking a color to basically represent your business and your company. And within a 7-turn phase, you are essentially taking shuttles up to the moon to your moon base to harvest resources in the form of shards or ores that you can refine at your moon base for better, more profitable resources to bring back from the moon to the Earth and sell on the market. And basically your points represent the money that you're making, and the person with the most points or money, as we know in life, wins the game of life.
You know, in life.
Don't believe me? Ask Elon Musk. Dang.
Okay.
He must be really good at Monopoly, right?
Monopoly? Oh my goodness. Do you think you would be good at this game?
He might be. Which makes me go back to the overall play, how this game plays. This is a really good game. I very much enjoy this game. Again, the turns are very simplistic, yes, where you're basically bidding, and that's another interesting part of the game too. You're bidding who gets to go first, second, third, or fourth. And basically because that is so important, you have to actually use your points or your money to make that bid on how bad you want to go first, second, third, or fourth. And you're basically using these cards numbered 1 through 5. Person with the highest number gets to go first, but they also have to pay that much in points. Now, for the first 4 turns, it's not really free, but it's basically treated like free, because on your last 3 turns 5, 6, and 7, the bids go up. And what I mean by that is a multiples of times 3, times 4, and times 5, I believe. So yeah, it can be costly. Basically, the person who gets to go first gets the first choice of which route do they want to use, and going up to the moon to ascend, and coming down from the moon to descend. And there's 3 routes on each side: fast route, medium route, slow route. Fast route, of course, is the fastest. You're there in 1 turn. Medium route is the middle ground. You're there in 2 turns. Slowest route is basically 3 turns it takes to get up to the moon, and the same thing going back down from the moon to the Earth. Now, this is where it gets very strategic. On your fast route, you're not able to take as much stuff up, as you usually only have space for like 1 or 2 things. On your medium route, you have about maybe 3 or 5 things you can take up. And on the slow route, since it takes the longest, you can have up to 10 items you can take up to the moon. Now, coming back from the moon though, you can't take as much stuff. You know, fast route, you get 1 item. Medium route, you get about 3 items. And then on the maximum of the slow route, coming from the moon to the Earth, you get about 5 items. What makes the game even more interesting, or basically on multiple plays makes it unique. This is one of the best parts of the game I enjoy a lot, which is the moon phase or the building phase, which also consists of building up and upgrading your moon base with these different modules, and there are extra modules on the side in which have very good unique twists on the game, which we call gold modules. With the gold modules, usually makes it to where either you can make an abundant amount of builds, faster builds, or outside builds that build directly into gaining game points or your money directly.
So just to kind of note, we didn't play with any of the more like advanced settings. Just because we were more focused on understanding the core game mechanics. Was there, I think you have explained basically like the core like of the game.
Basically, I hope so. I might have missed a thing or two here, but again, you know, there's many factors in which I don't want to spoil for you gamers out there that are interested in the game as well.
There's a lot, and it's fantastic. We definitely had a lot more fun when it was more than just 2 players.
And you can play by yourself.
You can also play by yourself, yes, because there are AI options that you can kind of like put into the mix and whatnot. But we definitely found that 3 players has been like kind of like our little sweet spot. We did not try 4. We understood the rules better the second time around. Definitely. So I would say that the learning curve for this game is not very steep, which is good. So like anyone can kind of jump in and play and figure it out and whatnot. I would say like the only real negative was running out of pieces. And they have these little multiplier cards where you could put down, like times 1, times 2, times 3 and everything to kind of keep track of your pieces and how many, different parts that you had to be able to pay the costs to build whatever it is that you wanted to build on the moon. But it made it a little bit more confusing and clunky when it came down to like taking those pieces and trying to buy specific things, and that was only with 3 players.
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine what this game would be like if you had 4 players and you had to figure out how many resources. Not to mention too, the simple thing of real life happens, and sometimes people bump the table.
Yeah.
And can knock things out of order, so it's really hard to keep track of certain things like that, or to
trying to remember, like which one I had where, and
keeping people honest sometimes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So I would definitely say if there was an issue to fix there, it would probably be to see if there's a option or a way to make more pieces available, or find another system to keep track of how many resources you have.
Oh, I know when we were playing 2-player, one of the things that we didn't necessarily like is like the rule change of having to close one of the routes on both sides going up and down instead of just leaving them all open the entire time. It was kind of weird.
It makes sense because I think with like 1 or 2 players, will basically always being 2 players, is that restriction rule of keeping certain things shut all the time.
Right.
And even into the rule that even says like on each round it's like random.
Sure.
Kind of thing of which one gets shut down, for the end game just to be something gets shut down regardless.
Yeah.
And that's why we even say too, that's why 3 to 4 player is another reason why it's more fun and more strategic.
Yeah, because then all of the routes are open. You have basically just kind of like free reign as far as that is concerned.
And it contributes more to the bidding game.
Exactly.
Which is really important. It's like, this is the important reason why you want to win the bid.
Yeah. So, I would have probably like house ruled that like we just keep the routes open during 2 players.
So that way don't complicate the game or complicate the rulings. So what's your final impression?
My final impression for you lovely folks, I would say this is a great party game. I think I would bring that to like a board game night and everything like that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah,
I say I like it as well. Again, I definitely probably would not play it 1 or 2 players. Even 2, my impression of it is if I did do it by myself, playing against the AI, I only be playing that way to try to get better at the game, to be more competitive with other players that I know are good at the game. But other than that, 3 or 4 players is where it's at. But other than that, it's a definite buy for me, especially when I know I have 3 or 4 players that, like myself, love strategy games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, overall, this is a good game. I definitely look forward to its Kickstarter, which will be in August.
Believe so.
Yeah, the Kickstarter will be jumping out in August, so look out for Dead Alive Games, Lunar Rush on Kickstarter in August. I don't think we have an exact date for it. And we're not the only people that have their hands on it with it. Look for a Hungry Gamers review or basically preview into the game. And yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. We very much appreciated the opportunity to be able to have hands-on with Lunar Rush. So thank you, Dead or Alive Games.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Hungry Gamer, for reaching out to us.
Thank you very much.
And we thank you, the watcher and the viewers, for checking out the video.
Yes.
I'm Gamer Lynn.
I'm Gamer Becka.
And we want you to keep it
100.
Guys, have a good one.
Yeah.